Welcome back, children. As I told you that we'll be doing a little bit of more question answer session. So here we start. This is just a recapitulation which I provided in my previous video. This is the true and false. I'll just revise once. The first question says, it is only lately that we have started celebrating Halloween in India. Yes, we have started, so it's true. Tourists flock to different haunted places. Definitely, it's again a true. At Bhangar, there is no restriction on entry of visitors after sunset. It is false. People have reported some eerie occurrences at their fort. Definitely, it is true again. The guards have confirmed the presence of spirits and ghosts at the fort. Please don't go by these words. So that is why it is false. Now let us move on with the next textual questions. These type of questions, children, they are called reference to context, right? The first RTC says, think of Harry Potter or the Twilight series or the success of recent films like The Conjuring and those Annabelle and It. I don't know whether you have seen or not, right? So what is common to these films? Why does the writer talk about the success of these films? And the third part says, what is the outcome of their success, right? So I'll start with the first part of the first question. What is common to these films? Well, the theme that is common to all of these films is that of the supernatural effect. All right. Now, the second question was, why does the writer talk about the success of these films? Now, the writer, she talks about the success only to reinforce her theory that spook does in fact sell. The third part was, what is the outcome of their success, right? The success of these show us that more and more people like a good scare. It has also led to the increased popularity of haunted places as tourist spots. So hereby, just to add to your information, I hope you guys all like those Ahat, and then you have such haunted, spooky serials which are shown at night. So what happens again? The more you like, the more you watch such serials, the TRP gets raised, right? And the popularity gets increased, isn't it? Let's move on to the second RTC. Since last year, Guide Trip, an internet-based facilitator of theme-based tours in India and a few places abroad, has been offering a haunted walk. Doesn't it sound a little bit eerie kind, haunted walk? Well, yes. The first question, what does the author mean by haunted walk? Oh, guess. Let me guess. Well, let us not, beat around the bush. The author here means a tourist walk, especially it is something like package to showcase haunted places. All right. Now the second part, what does theme-based tour mean? Well, a theme-based tour is a tour that covers spots of a specific type of interest. Supposing if my interest is, to go for a skiing. So I won't go and visit Bhagwanpur Fort, right? So I will tell my guide to make a tour to such places which will offer skiing, isn't it? So that is called a theme-based tour. Now the third question, why do you think Guide Trip is offering a haunted walk? Well, the Guide Trip is offering a haunted walk for the benefit of tourists who want to see ghosts or they want to experience the supernatural effects and all those spooky things, right? So that was the reason. Now the third RTC, that is the third reference to context. But there are also many who came away without having experienced its strange spookiness. It's a very beautiful old fort. Who is the speaker? The speaker is none other than Rohini Singh, a tourist who visited Bhagwanpur Fort a couple of years ago. The second part says, explain the phrase famed spookiness. This phrase means that the fort is very much famous for being very haunted. The third part, is there something unique about the speaker's reaction? Well, yes. Her reaction is very much different from most other visitors who have reported having felt very uneasy, some negative energy being felt. It is likely that the others were very much influenced by hearsay and the expectations of mystery and thrill. Singh, that means Rohini Singh, however, seems to be quite reasonably rational and very much unimpressed by the popular opinion. Now let's move on to the fourth question. Well, this I will not narrate, I would say. It is kind of, I would prefer if you write it on your own, right? Because what happens is that the answer which I'm providing right now, it is just my perception, all right? Your answers may vary, the content might vary. Okay, well, let me just, talk about the question first. Bhagwanpur Fort has been catapulted to popularity owing to its association with the supernatural. There are many forts and monuments in India which are neglected or in ruins for lack of funds. Discuss how we may preserve and popularize such representatives of our cultural heritage. So this is, I would say, a value-based question. Okay, so the values which I might have, portrayed here, you might vary, right? But still, I would like to give some points. Okay, so it is very important for us to preserve our monuments for future generations, so that your future generations get the feel that yes, India is very much rich in all kinds of cultural heritage, and we are rich in many things, right? As I started, that there is unity in diversity, isn't it? So tourism can be very much helpful in this regard. Now, what happens is, like, once these monuments, they are restored, that can be restored by government funding. They can be promoted as places of tourist interest. Now, hereby, I would like to just add one thing, like, I don't remember the name of the king, but yes, we have many palaces in Rajasthan which has been turned into a five-star hotels. Okay, so the kings, their property, they are being changed into five-star hotels, and thus it is being promoted to tourism, so that many tourists get attracted and they get the glimpse of that particular, maybe that particular king's um, architecture, the way he used to live, the lifestyle, the, maybe I would say the way, I mean the cutlery things which were used. So just to restore everything, just to restore the flavor, they are being turned into uh, those five-star hotels. If you just Google, you will find out. And a few more things, like it is important to make sure that tourism is responsible. So the visitors, they are asked not to litter, not to damage the property. Ticket prices can be designed in such a way that the maintenance is taken care of. Okay, now there is one more thing, like these days what happens is that tourists, they can be also asked to make few donations to help us in maintaining the buildings. Now these days, if I'm not wrong, we have come across, in fact, I have come across many such public toilets being, built in and around such monuments. You will find eating joints in the vicinity, I would say. But yes, not near Bhangar Fort. That is true. Definitely, you won't find an eating joint near Bhangar Fort. But these are the few things which can help in attracting tourists, right? So now we come to the vocabulary part. It is very important, as I had instructed before also. What I'll do is I have given you the meaning of the words related to this particular lesson. Okay, please don't take me wrong. This is not the meaning which has been provided from the dictionary. It is the contextual meaning which has been provided. Now, what I want from you all is that I want you all to make sentences on your own so that you can learn the usage of these words. Okay, because if I give you the sentence, then I might find all of you, you will simply jot down, and thus you won't learn to use these words. These are very simple. So let us start with the first word. The first word is its reputation. Okay, so reputation here means widely held belief about someone or something. Now the second word is facilitator, someone who assists in achieving something. So that means, supposing if I conduct an online session on a particular topic, right? So that time I would be the facilitator of that particular session, right? Now the third is sanction. Sanction means permitted. That means allowing legally. If you just give me some kind of a memorandum asking permission, maybe to start something new in a particular place. So thereby, when I approve, then what happens? I will sanction. I might sanction you with, say, 1 crore for the development of that particular place, right? So that is called sanction. Susceptible. Susceptible means vulnerable. Okay. The next is occurrences. Now, occurrences means happening. So these are pretty simple words. And the last is picturesquely. Okay, that means it actually it comes from the word picturesque. Picturesque beauty, we say. So that means picturesque beauty means something which is very beautiful, which which you enjoy or you look forward to, say, which you always feel like enjoying, which you always cherish. So picturesquely, this is again an adverb, and it means visually pleasant, something which is very much pleasant to your eyes, right? Okay, so I have mentioned for exercise B, you all need to make your own sentences. Let's move on. So this is very simple exercise, words with IE or EI. These are the rules that help you choose whether IE or EI should be used in a word. I before E, that means when will it be used? When the sound is E. Okay, that means double E. It should sound E, eerie. All right, except after C. Okay, so I before E, for example, peace, P-I-E-C-E. So here the sound is not E. View, it is just a simple sound, view. Except after C, for example, receive. So now, if you just, closely look at the spelling of receive, it is R-E-C-E-I-V-E. So E-I is coming after C. Okay. So then the pronunciation, the stress simply changes. We say receive. Okay, there is a longer stress of the sound E, right? But when I used it before C, that means if I talk about peace, P-I-E-C-E, then I'm using I-E before C. Okay, so then what happens? The stress is very less. All right. So let's try out. This is a table in which you have to simply, put the words in the right column. Okay. So the first is thief. Okay, thief, E sound. Okay. So same will be chief, isn't it? So now next let us see what I have done, whether I'm wrong. Oh, there is a mistake in the spelling of thief. Okay, I'll do the correction. Please make a change. It is not T-H-E-I-F, it is T-H-I-E-F, thief. All right. Next is shield, S-H-I-E-L-D, chief, C-H-I-E-F, shriek, S-H-R-I-E-K. Okay, so there is a mistake. I'll do the change, and I want you all also to change the spelling of thief, right? Okay, now let's jump on to the second column, that is deceit. So it will be D-E-C-E-I-T, deceit. Next word we can keep is, I think deceive is the right. So D-E-C-E-I-V-E, deceive. Now let us look into the words which do not have this double E sound. It is eight, E-I-G-H-T. You know, it is also pronounced as it. But we are not Americans, right? We follow Queen's language. So we'll pronounce it as eight. Then we have there, T-H-E-I-R. It is a pronoun. Now air. Air here we are not pronouncing the first letter, that is H, because H is silent here. So the next letter, that is E, we pronounce from there and we say it's air. Okay, air means a successor. Rain, R-E-I-N, rain. Okay, let's move on to the next. Complete these words with IE or EI. Field, eight, siege, fierce, wait, and believe. Quite simple. I'm very sure you all must have done it. Oh wow, this is simple. A holy man. Who can be a holy man? Yes, it is a priest. Now, to be successful, it is always achieve. That means when you are successful, you achieve something. Short, very short is always brief. So remember, when your question says that you need to answer briefly, so that means you need to answer it in a very short form. Short form does not mean shortcut. Okay, I'm not saying that contractual form, right? Brief means to be very crisp, very precise. Okay, now belongs to them, that is them. Straps for controlling a horse. Reins. I think in previous exercise we had this word rein, okay, which does not have that double E sound. Useful in the snow, it is sleigh, reindeer, sleigh, remember? Rudolph the reindeer? Yeah. Okay, that's all from my side. Now I would request all of you to please write down all the question answers in your MCB notebooks, and yes, definitely in a neat writing. Okay, and I think again in the next Zoom session, we'll be having no spell bee. Do we have? Oh yes, we do have spell bee session, and after that, I think we'll be again starting off with the new words. Okay. All right. So this guide is signing off. Take care. Stay blessed. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you and Jai Hind.